Welcome to How to Help a Fearful Dog. This is a behavior and training video from Operation Pause for Homes. I'm Lisa, a certified trainer with OPH. If you're fostering or adopted a dog who is fearful, shut down, or too scared to even eat, this is the presentation for you. The good news is there's a lot you can do, and a lot of it comes down to understanding what your dog is actually experiencing. Not all fear is the same. Before we dive into the strategies, it helps to understand what we're dealing with. Most dogs experience anxiety and fear. Perhaps it's a new place, a loud noise, an unfamiliar person. That's normal, and it passes quite quickly. But some dogs are at a completely different level. We're talking about dogs who can't eat, can't sleep, and are constantly scanning for an escape route. These dogs aren't just shy, they're in survival mode, and that requires more from you. So why are dogs fearful? The most common reasons are a lack of early socialization, meaning between about 3 and 12 weeks of age, where exposure to the world shapes feelings of safety. Genetics can also play a role. Fearfulness can run in families and bloodlines. Sometimes even a sibling in a litter can be different from the other puppies. And there are dogs who've had genuinely scary experiences. Perhaps one traumatic event or perhaps a series of them. Other reasons are a long stretch of stress and unpredictability in their lives, medical reasons, and long-term deprivation, as with dogs from puppy mills or hoarding situations. They need safe spaces. From here, we'll focus on 15 strategies to help your fearful dog. The first is to give your dog safe spaces. Set up at least 2 quiet and calm spots. Perhaps it's a crate, a corner, a bed, away from activity. And make sure they can always see what's going on around them. Fearful dogs want to watch from a distance, not be in the middle of things. And it's very important to never block their path to those safe spots. Don't corner or surround them. When a dog knows they can leave, they're less likely to panic. It's about giving them a sense of control. Slowing down and lowering expectations. The one piece of advice that experts give more than any other is to slow down. When a fearful dog sits quietly in the corner for hours, it can seem nothing is happening, but they're watching. They're learning your routines, figuring out patterns, and slowly deciding whether this place is safe. That's the foundation everything else is built on. Also, try to let go of your expectations, at least for now. We all hope for a happy, tail-wagging companion, and that dog is in there. But pushing toward that too soon just adds pressure. Trust the process. Learning to read your dog. Fearful dogs communicate constantly. We just have to learn the language. Things like lip licking, yawning, a tucked tail, pinned ears, or freezing in place. These are all stress signals. Your dog is saying, "I'm uncomfortable," or "Please back off." Here's the powerful part. When you see those signals and respond by moving away, sitting down, turning sideways, your dog notices. Every time you do that, you're essentially saying, "I hear you. You're safe." That's how trust gets built. How you move matters a lot. This one surprises a lot of people. How you physically move around your dog makes a big difference. Avoid walking straight toward a fearful dog. That reads as a threat. Instead, curve around them, walk sideways. Use your peripheral vision rather than direct eye contact. Think slow motion. Your height and posture matter too. Standing tall over a dog, especially a nervous one, can be really intimidating. Try sitting sideways in a chair or even sitting on the floor at a distance. You might feel a little silly, but your dog will notice and relax. Calming aids and medications. Sometimes behavioral strategies alone aren't enough. There are two categories of help worth knowing about. First, non-prescription options. Things like pheromone products, thunder shirts, or calming supplements like L-theanine or melatonin. These aren't magic fixes, but they can be a big help for some dogs. Always check with your vet first before giving your dog something like this. Second, prescription medication. For dogs with severe fear, medication can genuinely be life-changing. There are some practical hurdles. Vet visits can be traumatic. Some dogs won't take pills, and some medications take weeks to kick in. But a good vet can help you navigate all of that. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Helping a fearful dog can take time, weeks, sometimes even months. And progress isn't linear. There will be good stretches and setbacks, and that's completely normal. One of the most helpful things you can do is keep a little wins list. Write down every small breakthrough. The first time they ate a treat in the same room as you. The first time they didn't flinch when you walked past. On the hard days, read that list. Progress is almost always happening even when it's hard to see. Other dogs can lead the way. If you have other dogs at home, this is great news, or at least it can be. Fearful dogs often connect with other dogs long before they connect with people. Just letting your fearful dog watch a calm, confident dog go about their day, getting petted, playing, being comfortable around you, can be enormously reassuring. And if the opportunity for play arises naturally, let it happen, after proper introductions, of course. Play releases feel-good chemicals in the brain that literally reduce anxiety. You create the opportunity. The fearful dog decides when they're ready. Day-to-day practicalities. So here's a couple of practical things. First, leashes. You might be tempted to keep your dog tethered to you to help them bond, but that makes them feel trapped and makes things worse, especially for a fearful dog. A drag leash, which is just a regular leash kept on the dog so you can gently guide them, is a much better option. Also, avoid hands-free or waist clip leashes entirely with a fearful dog. Second, visitors. Well-meaning guests can undo weeks of progress in seconds. If someone is coming over, you brief them beforehand. Let them know no eye contact. Don't call the dog over. Don't reach out to pet. If you're hosting a gathering, keep the dog in a separate room entirely. Their superpower nose can help. Here's something fun. Dogs have an extraordinary sense of smell, and sniffing and searching actually activates a feel-good system in the brain that counteracts fear. Try the sprinkles game. Scatter tiny, smelly treats like bits of salmon or chicken across a section of your lawn, and let your dog sniff and find them for 10 minutes while you watch from a distance. Many dogs go into a deep, restful sleep afterwards. That's their nervous system finally relaxing. There's also the treat and retreat and snuffle mat games. These can be indoors and they work on the same principle. Any chance to use their nose is a chance to feel a little safer. Allow them to try. As fear fades, your dog will start testing the waters. They might walk a little closer, glance at you, sniff your hand. These are invitations, and the best thing you can do is meet them gently without rushing forward in excitement. Those baby steps, a treat taken from your hand for the first time, sleeping in the same room as you, trotting into the kitchen while you cook, those are huge. Celebrate them quietly and keep giving space to the dog as they find their footing. In conclusion, here's the thing that I really want you to take away from all of this. Almost every fearful dog improves. Exceptions are very rare. For most dogs, fear decreases with time and the right support. Some become completely transformed, and others simply learn to manage with a little help. Either way, they get to have a good life. It does take patience, and it takes adjusting how you move through the world with them. But helping a fearful dog find their footing and begin to trust, that is one of the most rewarding things you will ever do. Thanks so much for watching.